She said, help, 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 help me. This is Mary saying she needs help. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, this man, I don't know, he was there at the lake himself. It was maybe with his family or something. He was out swimming. I think he was just floating around on his back. He didn't really notice Mary struggling, but he did hear her scream for help. Now this man jumped up and said, well, floated. He got over swimming, and this man's he's a pro. He's probably a lifeguard in his duties. I don't know what he does, but this guy knows what he's doing. He saw Mary go under the water. He dived down, grabbed her, picked her up, noticed she was unconscious. She breathed in too much water. This man, they were far out. This man was amazing. He dragged her, dragged her all the way back in the beach with one arm. He swam more faster than, I don't know, anybody I've ever seen with two arms. This man, he saved me. He got her in shore. And I guess when people saw what was going on, you know, there was maybe a doctor or somebody, or I don't know if there's somebody. So he got her ashore and he was tired. Doctor took over and whatever he did, performed CPR, whatever the doctor did. Mary soon came back, spitting out water and such, and coughing and such. And she was happy. She was saved. Hallelujah, God. Hallelujah. For God is good. Mary is saved. And as Mary got more alert in what's going on and what happened, or she wanted to know what happened, they all said, this man over here, he saved you. He swam like a fish. He got you back to safety. It was unbelievable. It was a miracle. She said, who's this man? What's his name? Mary said, the man stepped forward and said, my name's Eli. My name's Eli. Mary said, that's a strange name, but I like it. I like that name, Eli. Well, you saved my life, sir. If there's anything I can do and my family can do, I know my father's going to probably say, you know, going to be rejoiced. I might not even say anything. You know, maybe my mother get too worried, my father say anything. Maybe I'll just keep it, you know, just keep it on the low and, you know, maybe say, actually, no, I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to tell my parents. I'm going to tell her about this man, Eli. Saved me. It's a big impact. So over time, turns out Eli lives in the same village. She really never really seen him. Here, you know, he's an elder, or whatever he was. He had his own family. He was a hard worker, and he helped people. He just liked to help. He was a helper, and she liked that about him. They became friends. Soon Eli had to leave town with his family because they were going on a mission. Her friendship with Eli was becoming long distance. She wouldn't see him for, he might come back through town and see her here and there, but came in over the couple years have passed. Eli was, she didn't see much of him. Let's go take this trail. Finish up my story. Anyways, Mary goes on living. Eli goes on living. He's going on praising God. Whatever he's doing, he's on a mission. Mary goes on about being all right. Goes on about being, you know, a young lady enjoying life, maybe, you know, getting to know her boyfriend Joseph more. Eventually, she did get to know Joseph more. She spent so much time with Joseph. And Joseph eventually they became engaged with her. And this and that, you know the story. Joseph loved Mary. Mary loved Joseph. It was definitely a relationship that was going to last forever, I believe. They believed that too. That's why they got engaged. They said, we need to be together, and they felt it. They felt that maybe God's, whatever it's, they know it's, they just know that we need to be together forever. And they loved each other so much, so much. Anyways, over time, doing stuff and doing this and that and doing this and that, we're getting older and such. There came a day or a night, Mary was by herself, maybe at her house, maybe at the house, maybe somewhere. Anyways, an angel came to her. I don't know what this angel's name might have been Gabriel. If any angel, probably was. Anyways, Gabriel, we'll just call him Gabriel, the angel, came to her, told her about this baby she's gonna have. She said, what are you talking about? I'm a baby? I'm a virgin. I follow the Lord's way. I'm gonna be a virgin till I marry. And I'll probably have a lot of kids, because you know what? Mary loved kids. She loved babies. She worked, I believe she worked at a daycare. She always had babies all around her. She just couldn't get enough of it. She loved caring for babies. Mary was born to be a mother. Hallelujah. Mary was born to give birth and to care for a child, or many children. She just loved doing it. Well, before Gabriel, now we'll go with Gabriel already. Gabriel comes to her, tells her about this baby. By the way, no, he just tells her about the baby that God's going to put in here. He's going to use the Holy Spirit to do so. She don't know what's going on. She don't know how it's possible. She's like, well, God says it. God said be, then it must be. So she believed in this. She knew that this was going to happen. And Gabriel says, I believe it was Gabriel, the angel, said, listen, when you get this baby, and this baby comes to giving this baby a name, you need to name it Jesus, Son of God, or whatever, some other name. He said that which means the Son of God, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know, but I know he said they use one of the main names. I mean, whoa, watch out. One of the main names said was to name that baby Jesus. She said, oh, she's a little troubled with that. She said, well, that's what God says. She was really kind of saddened by that, because growing up and the drowning and the Eli and loving babies and couldn't wait to be a mother herself, she always told herself, always promised herself after the deal with Eli and becoming a friend, and now Eli's gone, she wanted to preserve that memory. She wanted to name her first baby boy Eli, and she was stuck on that hard. So I'm definitely, and even Joseph, they talked about having children, and Joseph said, I know Eli, he's gone and stuff, but maybe he passed on. I don't know what's going on. He doesn't live around here no more. We don't see him no more, but we need to keep his memory alive. We need to name our child Eli. Praise God. Praise God. Praise God for Eli. So when Gabriel came and said to name him, you need to name this baby Jesus, she might have had second thoughts. She's only human. She's only human. She might have had second thoughts. She really wanted to name her baby Eli. She always did. Ever since that Eve, she saw, I'm going to have a baby. I'm going to name. She always wanted to have a baby. Even before Eli, she just loved babies. She's like, I can't wait to have a baby. I can't wait to have my own family. I want to have a baby now. But she didn't. She waited. But she's a follower of God. She loves God. She obeys God. She obeys God no matter what. She listens to God. She sees God. She has God with her. A little bit windy out. Might not hear my words, but when that baby was born, and this is fact. When that baby was born, not right away. 8 days later, not 7. 8 days later, when he got the circumcision, which was law. And by the way, they also had to, I think they had to have an offering. And this is a whole nother sermon about this offering. Because I learned that this offering that they had to, by law, they had to circumcise, and they had to, announce the baby and stuff. I think that happened, that all happened together, maybe 8 days later. I'm not sure exactly, but I know they did that. 8 days later, they had the circumcision. And when they did that, they said, well, what's the baby's name? What are we going to write down in the books, in the records? What do you want to name this baby? And she looked over at Joseph, and Joseph nodded, because Joseph, I mean, he's a whole nother trip. Now he was, they got married and such, and then, whatever they, an angel came to him, or a dream, or a vision. I got to read more about that happenings with Joseph, but pretty sure, well, I know someone came to him, either an angel or was God, and said, listen up. I almost said Jesus. I said, listen up. Gonna have a baby. Mary's gonna have a baby. That baby's gonna be godly. That baby's gonna be the Son of God. Maybe not said that, but they said, look, going to be the holiest of holy babies. I'm the one who made that happen. That's God speaking to Joseph, or whatever the angel telling, well, God made that happen. You got to believe in me. You got to believe in Mary. I sent a message to Mary before it all happened, before it all went down. She knows all about it. You got to know, because when Joseph first found out, he was not happy. He's like, man, what are you talking about? What's that crazy talk? It wasn't no crazy talk. It was, I almost said Jesus again. It was God saying, what's up? This is going to be. It's going to have the Son of God. It's going to be a very important baby too. He's going to free all of you. He's going to free everybody. He's going to be in a part of my plan. And this is like the main part of the plan too. God probably said, so you got to make this happen. You got to name the baby Jesus. So 8 days later, when they're doing the circumcision, they get it all done. Maybe they had the, they had the announcement, or they had to do this, or they had to do some kind of sacrifice. That sacrifice was, this is a whole nother story right here. Once I found out exactly, I read, kind of here, you kind of skip over, okay, sacrifice, blah, blah, blah. But there's actually 2 turtle doves. Now you hear the song, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Now someone, please give me an amen on that. 2 turtle doves. God is good. Hallelujah. Praise God. Praise the Lord. Praise God. Anyways, that's kind of curious about all the 2 turtle doves. Maybe that song's. I really like to find out that little bit of information. Anyways, they give up those 2 turtle doves, and they do the circumcision. And would they name that baby? Well, Mary looked over at John, and then they looked at the guy and said, listen, we're going to name this baby Jesus. And the guy said, all right. He wrote it down. He said, sounds good to me. He didn't know. He wasn't one of the wise men. He wasn't wise at all. He was just a clerk. He just said, okay, I'll write it down on paper. You go along. You got your birds? He's like, yeah, I got the birds. Well, go on by. Write it down in the books. You say his name is Jesus? How do you spell that? Okay, all right. Now, Jose, well, how you gonna do? What, Jesus? Okay, all right, all right. There's a few other names you wanna go, you want nicknames or something? You know, yeah, God is good, Son of God, anything like that, you want that in there? I just want Jesus for now, all right. So the clerk went about his way, got his book, went about his way. She named that baby Jesus. Even though she was loved baby, her whole life, years, she wanted to name her first baby Eli. She didn't blink an eye. When you said, what's the name? She didn't blink an eye. She said, Jesus. I know. So just knowing that, help me find the Lord. Help me put him in front of me instead of behind. Just that little bit, just that little story right there. She named her son Jesus.